I expect to end my Alaskan summers burnt out. I didn't expect to start it burnt out. My two least favorite farm jobs are wrapping silage bales and fencing. The former because it always happens on the coldest, wettest day of fall, utter misery. And the latter because if I fail, it becomes a constant humiliation ritual. Poorly done fencing means I'm chasing cows. As much as cows think they'd love it, we don't free-range our herd. In the winter, the cows live in either solid pipe fencing or paneled pens. In the summer, we move the cows across the road to the pit pasture. The main part is permanent with T-posts and electric poly tape. I use temporary plastic step-ins and electric poly wire to make up the actual grazing portion. I have 3 separate groups to fence: the cow-calf pairs, the steers and the bull, and finally the horses. And so somehow, I managed to put off all 3 up until this last week. I made it even easier on myself by creating a deadline to have this done by Sunday the 7th of June, as I'm currently 500 miles away, and having the cows moved makes my mom's job a lot easier to take over for me. The most time-consuming part of this project was the lower pasture pen, where the horses are going. I installed T-posts along our driveway, giving the pen more permanence. But it's a lot more time-consuming than just putting in step-ins. There's no shortcut. Once I've made sure they're straight up and down and in line with the others, I have to physically pound them in. It sounds insane to my own ears, but it took a week to complete all 3. We don't have thousands of acres to fence. This isn't 4 sixes. So what gives? Why did a project that should take a day per group take the better part of a week to finish? It took a week because I was already running on empty. Sometimes it feels like I'm either surviving winter or preparing for the next one. I look forward to summers all winter, and then they get here and bury me. This last winter was particularly brutal. -50 and colder for a month straight. I'm coming into summer 2026 much more exhausted. The project list feels never-ending. In the middle of all the physical work, I'm also trying to save enough of myself for my family, because they deserve better than the version of me running on fumes. Now, that's not to say I'm doing all of this by myself. Despite most of the time going in opposite directions, my mom and my husband help out where they can. In fact, if it weren't for my husband Casey, our permanent electric fence setup wouldn't exist. But both Mom and Casey are busy too. Casey and I own a towing and recovery company, and he's the only tow operator. Meanwhile, Mom runs a security business that she is intimately involved in, along with doing the books for the security business, towing business, and the farm in general. There is very, very little breathing room in their days. If you're wondering why I haven't mentioned my dad, it's because he's currently out of commission. So, along with all the current projects, we also have to shoulder the things that Dad normally would have taken care of. It makes me appreciate Dad in a whole new light. It also gives me pause as I consider whether I can actually continue the farm as a business. Shaw Creek Cattle Company currently doesn't pay me anything, and we're counting our blessings if it can pay for fertilizer. I made it to the wire on my deadline. By Sunday evening, all 3 groups were happily settled into their collective pens. And now I wait to see if they held or if the cows found any weaknesses. Despite the collective exhaustion, it felt good to get everyone moved. Even though it's more work on the front end, the mental load has been relieved. I don't have to worry about Mom or Casey trying to juggle my responsibilities while I'm away. And in the meantime, I'm hoping that my brief excursion from the farm offers a bit of mental rest and clarity. We'll see how long the clarity lasts. When I get back from my Kenai Peninsula trip, I'll jump right back into my breeding preparations. And likely by the end of the month, I'll be cutting hay. That means cows, chaos, and knowing my luck, a face full of something I'd rather not name. If that sounds like your kind of entertainment, hit subscribe. I'll be the one covered in hay chaff.